We have Mike Sando coming on in 26 minutes, who does his annual QB tiers. We'll discuss the full length of the tiers in a sec, but I want to start with what those tiers are and where the Browns players finished. Rookies are not included in this. So full disclosure, the rookies, you will not see them on this list. And when Mike Sando puts his quarterback tiers into tiers, it is from talking to 50 different NFL personnel executives. This is not Mike Sando's opinion. This is Mike Sando accumulating the data from 50 different NFL
getting opinions
personnel
from
and executives.
50 people
Exactly.
in the league.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They vote and put these quarterbacks in tiers.
Yeah.
He accumulates it and then gives you the final result. The 5 tiers look like this. Tier 1 is a superstar, undisputed. Tier 2 is a quarterback that can carry his team, but not always. Tier 3 is a legit starter, but needs help to reach his highest potential. Year 4 is still unproven or older veterans. And then Tier 5 is this guy's a career backup. There was one quarterback in football that was voted into Tier 5 by 50 different NFL executives, scouts, coaches.
Kenneth Pickett.
Steve, let's see Tier 5. Of the 34 quarterbacks that were tiered, the only quarterback to receive a Tier 5.
There you go, NFL backup, just what we said.
Yeah. But I don't think all 50 of them give him a 5?
I'm not sure. I
That's
just know
just
he is the
cumulative.
last.
No, I know,
and
but
only.
right. That's sad. I mean, it's true, but it's sad.
That's so far.
I
That
will
is
tell you
so
right now,
far.
but hold on. I have it pulled up. Give me 1 second. One second.
He's the only
All
one
by
in tier
himself.
No,
5.
Kenny Pickett did not receive all Tier 5 votes. His average vote was a 4.6, which means he received more Tier 5 votes than anything else.
So
He was the only quarterback in the entire
Thing
pool
that was
of
more
voting
heavily
on
5
quarterbacks.
than anything else.
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
move on to Tier 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
There's more than
goodness.
just one name in Tier 4. We have 2 graphics because there's a couple. In descending order, 33 was Spencer Rattler, 32 was Anthony Richardson, 31 was Joe Flacco. We'll see the rest of Tier 4 real quick. It includes Daniel Jones, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr., Justin Fields, and Russell Wilson. Steve, go back down to the second part of Tier 4.
Sad.
My question is to you guys.
What's this title on this tier? What's it called?
Unproven or old,
Okay.
basically.
Washed up or
So the question I want to ask you
Yeah.
guys, and then we'll dive into the rest of it because we'll have some fun with Mike Sando talking about
Yeah,
it.
right.
If 50 different NFL executives, coaches, front office guys, scouts, etc., look at Kenny Pickett and say he's the worst quarterback in the league that we are evaluating, and they think Joe Flacco's at 31, so you have 34 and 31 out of 34,
Yeah.
why not just play the rookies? Why not?
But we just discussed this. They're not ready to play.
You
why I wanted to ask you.
The sick thing is the Browns have put themselves in another conundrum because everybody's like, well, why not play the rookies? If they are that bad, why not play the rookies? Well, you don't want to stunt the rookies' growth. I mean, like that, putting them out there in the fire, it tells you like that's really not the best way to handle young quarterbacks. A lot of people can't handle it.
Yeah.
Some people lose their confidence, and then it's done.
Yeah.
So the Browns don't want to do that, especially when you look at the beginning of that season. When you
Yeah.
see the teams that they play, it's like you don't want to throw them in that type of fire. However, they also in the situation that if they don't play them, 100% Jason that says they're taking the quarterback next year, that's what they going to do. Throw him right in that fire. So it's kind of like
They have the 2 worst veteran quarterbacks in the league.
At some point, you might as well just go ahead and just let it be.
Which
what
will
it
happen
is.
at some point. When they start 0-4 or 1-3, whatever it is, whenever they decide to make that switch.
I said yesterday I might actually pick them to beat the Bengals week 1.
I
leaning
said
that way.
that.
Good luck.
I'm leaning that way.
Okay.
I said that. Oh, come on. 7-10.
And that'll be their last win for a while.
7-10.
No, get out of here. You win 7 games.
I tell you what, man. When they rack off this 7-10 season, I want an apology from y'all.
You'll get it.
Thank you.
You'll get it.
Just want a public apology.
Okay.
So it's as simple as that, Bull. You don't play the rookies just because they're not
They're
ready.
just not.
It's
They're
as
not
simple
ready
as
to
that.
play. Obviously.
If they were ready, they would have gone higher.
So let me ask you this, Jason.
Most
'cause you
likely.
wrote a column this morning. Then we'll dive into the rest of the quarterback tiers because I think it'll be fun for us to discuss some of that. You pointed out in your column this morning some advanced numbers, some analytics that may show Dillon being more or being further ahead of being ready to play than Shedeur based off their 2 preseason games. And granted, it's a small sample size, but do you want to explain?
I disagree
some of
with
what you
the
found?
assessment, your assessment there of Jason's numbers.
What?
Yeah. I mean, that's not even a real sample size. It's
No,
4 throws.
Yeah.
I understand why you put it there.
Yeah.
I get it, but to say he's ahead based on those numbers.
No, he's ahead based on the fact that he's ahead. That's why he's ahead.
He's ahead because Kevin Stefanski thinks he's better.
That's why he's ahead.
That's
yes.
it, not because of those numbers.
But okay, so the one thing that I think sort of indicates that they trust Dillon more than they do Shedeur. Browns use pre-snap motion 45% of the time on Dillon's plays, 31% of the time on Shedeur. On third down, it increased to 63% for Dillon, 18% for Shedeur. That has nothing to do with what they did with those. That's telling you that they trust one more than the other. Is that fair?
That's fair. That means that he can handle more on his
He can
plate.
handle more. They feel like Dillon can handle more than Shedeur can at this point. That's why they're giving him that. Now, the other one, listen, I'm not trying to say this is the end-all, be-all. We're going off what we have to go off. And what we have to go off is 1 half for each one. That's what we have to go off. So, Next Gen Stats has what they call tight window throws, okay? Mm-hmm. Where the closest defender is within a yard of the receiver. On tight window throws, Dillon was 3 of 4 against Philly. Shedeur was 0 for 4 against Carolina.
Yeah, that's a little skewed. I mean, the 2 touchdown throws seemed like they was pretty tight.
I kind of wondered the same thing, but this is what the data says.
That's when the data is kind of like, yeah.
I mean, maybe it was off by half a yard.
It's literally 2
I
examples.
thought that first touchdown should have been considered a tight
To
window
me,
throw.
it doesn't matter.
Both of
I
them
get what you're
was.
saying. I just like
This is what the numbers
it's
are.
1/4 of a preseason game.
I agree with you on that.
I honestly don't care what either of them did. It is completely meaningless to me. I think people evaluating quarterbacks based on a quarter of the preseason is so bleeping stupid that I can't believe it. How many people I thought were smart were stupid, but it's crazy.
Now,
Yes.
I mean, I talked to a coach in the NFL who watched Shedeur's game 1 tape who said he was late and he was throwing the ball where it shouldn't have been thrown. I know everyone loves it. Everyone loved his. I loved it. I said I thought he looked great. I thought he earned more. I talked to a guy this week who said he was really, really late. And if he plays like that in the game, bad things are going to happen.
How many quarterbacks have we seen play well in the preseason and can't play in the NFL?
DTR.
We've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the case with Shedeur, but it very well could be. Or Dillon Gabriel or anybody else. The preseason doesn't matter. It doesn't prove anything, good or bad. Tyvis?
It's a different game. The speed of the game is totally different from preseason, regular season. That's a fact.
Plus the schemes.
Schemes is different. I told you it was a lot of vanilla stuff
Yeah.
that goes on in there. So now you game planning and things like that. So it is very different. That's why you see some guys you in the regular or in the preseason you're like, oh yeah, this guy absolutely can ball, and then he goes out there in the regular season and you don't see anything. Like that's a fact. That happens. However, at the end of the day, both quarterbacks gotta continue to. They got a long way to go, in my personal opinion. I think for Dillon, he needs to chase consistency because his game really showed kind of what the training camp has been for him. One day he looks good, the next day he's not, like that. And then in one quarter he looked good, the next quarter he didn't. Like that's where the mistakes happen. So consistency is a problem for him. And then for Shedeur, if it is late or all those things, the good news about him is he does a great job of making it look good. The problem is if you're late, that's 100% correct. If you're late in the NFL, it's a pick every time. So,
Did you think Shedeur looked late against Carolina?
I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
Yeah.
But like I said,
That's not something
it's so hard for me to tell because it's the twos. It's the twos. Like I would have to see him with the ones, and and to this day, we have no idea what he looks like playing with starters.
Right.
Or maybe what we do, we look like playing against because they had the one day where he took the twos and went up against the ones and completed 2 or 3 passes or whatever the heck it was. But I don't know what he looks like with the ones. I don't know. Is he gonna be late with the ones? I don't know.
Yeah.
I would love to find out.
I thought he played great against Carolina. I thought he played.
It looked good, but
And-
I still can't. It's the fact. It is the twos. I just want to make sure I always throw that out there. Yeah, Dillon Gabriel was the twos.
I thought Shedeur earned the opportunity for more
I agree.
based off Carolina.
I agree.
Clearly, the Browns disagreed because he has not gotten any more.
Well, he's been hurt.
That's true.
That's part of it.
That's true. Do you really think he would have gotten more?
I think
if he was
I
healthy?
think he would have.
You think he would have?
I think at that point it was one of those things. Let's see what he can handle. Let's see what he does. When you go out there and you ball like that, like it does change the coach's mind. Because before those games, I told you it was a story with me. My coach had he thought that I wasn't good. He was like, I don't see it in practice. And I went out in the game and I balled in the game and he said, oh, you a gamer. So it like changed everything. Now I'm starting to get more reps and stuff like that. So the same thing probably is with Shedeur, where even though he's killing it in practice to our knowledge, they probably felt like he wasn't ready. But then it's like, all right, we're going to give you a chance. You're going to go up against Carolina's two. Well, ones, then twos. And he went out there. Now, obviously, the ones was 3 and out, but the twos, he made plays. So it was like, okay, this guy has the ability to make some throws and make some plays in the NFL game. Let's give him a little bit more. I thought that they would rev him up, give him a little bit more, see how much more he can handle on his plate. But the oblique strain kind of messed that up. So you're in a situation where now you got to just try to view it through the regular season on scout team. But my thing is I don't know which quarterback are they going to prioritize. I mean, do you prioritize the 3rd round pick or do you prioritize Shedeur? That's because I don't know. Like they in a conundrum.
To me, Shedeur. Listen, I don't know if any of them are going to be any good, but I look at the little I've seen of Dillon Gabriel. He just looks like this. Just looks like there's no upside. Like he's just a guy. He's going to be another Kenny Pickett. Completely unfair to say that. That's just my
I think the reason why
opinion. But Shedeur at least has some upside, so that's why I'd want to see him. But
I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna sit here and say I understand why people look at Dillon and say he can be a perfect backup because he comes in the game. He was 72% of his passes was completed. On his 3rd downs, he went exactly to where he wanted to go and got the sticks moved. But I do agree that the fact that sometimes it got stagnant. The offense got stagnant. How do I know? Because they kick field goals in the red zone to where Shedeur scored. And that's a big difference. In the NFL, that is the difference between winning and losing.
100%.
Is scoring in the red zone and taking 3 points in the red zone.
And if you drafted a quarterback to be a backup in the 3rd round, that's pretty stupid.
I agree.
Well, that's where backups get drafted. Where else are you going to find them?
4th.
They do? That's what you do with a 3rd round pick?
Well, no, this team has more holes than needs.
Yeah.
I agree with that
Yeah.
part. But quarterbacks drafted in the 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round become career backups.
But teams that have good quarterbacks don't often draft.
Who's a good backup in the NFL right now?
I'm looking up draft
Jake
orders.
Browning.
See some 3rd.
Where was
4th
Jake
round
Browning drafted?
Not in the 3rd round, later than that.
See, that's what
picks. The only 3rd round pick in 23 was Hendon Hooker.
He's a backup.
Jake Hayner, Stetson Bennett, Aiden O'Connell, Clayton Tune, and DTR were the next 6 picks. Tanner McKee was a 6th round pick that year.
Yeah.
Tune was a.
You ain't taking no quarterback in the 3rd round that's a backup.
I mean, you're not.
Then why are you taking a quarterback in the 3rd round at all? Why is anyone get
because you're
drafted
giving
in the 3rd round?
you believe that guy has everything, the intangibles to be a starter. You just need to tweak a couple of things to help him become the starter. That's what I think.
In 22,
I think
you
if
had
you take somebody in the 5th, 6th, that's like developmental. We're gonna keep him as the 3rd quarterback on the roster.
Browns should
let him
they
come.
should have never drafted
let
him.
him develop slow, like that type of thing.
They have enough holes. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there were more pressing needs with the top 100 pick.
Yep.
But I don't the principle or the theory of taking a quarterback in the 3rd round to be a backup, I think is fine. Just not for this team. I think this team had more pressing
I don't
needs.
agree. I bet you, who are the best backups in the NFL?
Jake Brown.
Jameis Winston,
Well, but he was a starter originally. Like, he wasn't drafted to be a backup.
Mitch Trubisky.
He was a
Same
first
thing.
round.
I'm just naming. I'm looking at this. Tyrod Taylor.
I don't know where he was drafted.
It was not drafted. I don't remember what round he was drafted.
He was a
in.
mid-round pick. I think.
Tyrod Taylor was a
He was a mid-round guy.
6th round pick.
He was a 6th round. Jake Browning was late.
The reality is they come from everywhere.
Tanner, yeah. I mean,
A lot of them are failed number 1 guys
Right.
that hang around.
yeah, or
failed
guys who
first-round
were
picks.
good players at one point and then tailed off. obviously.
Jake Browning was,
Is he a 6th-round pick, 7th-round pick?
I believe, undrafted.
Oh.
Dang.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Other good backups around the league.
I mean, Andy Dalton was a 2nd-round pick, but he
Dalton
was a
was a
starter
second.
for many years.
It's young, young guys, late flyers.
It used to be, when we were kids,
Kyle
Jason,
Trask is Baker's backup. He was a 2nd-round pick, the last pick of the
Yeah,
second
I
round.
feel like when we were
That's
kids,
why-
there were a
that's
lot
why they
more,
wanted to go
like
get
almost
Teddy
every backup
Bridgewater.
was a veteran.
Oh, for sure.
Nowadays,
Steve Berline, Jeff Hostetler.
Yeah, these guys were backups forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
The throw-in Samoan, Jack Thompson. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I don't have any more, but I wanted to go through the rest of the quarterback tiers before Mike Sando comes on. And
Yeah.
I know, Bull, you have some issues with some of the voters in this because
Yeah, I mean, there were some people,
Yeah.
like, there's a tier 1 is Mahomes, Burrow.
this is tier 1.
Yeah,
how it was
which is
graded out.
fine. I wouldn't have Matt Stafford in tier 1, but okay, I can live with that. But there were some voters that did not.
Allen had 3 tier 2 votes.
Yeah,
Lamar had 4 2-tier votes,
Yeah.
which makes no sense to me. There's
Right.
no
Those-
world, no scenario ever where
I'm going
either
to
of
ask
those
Mike. I hope he doesn't get offended by this question, Jason. But I'm going to ask Mike if he's going to consider not taking those people's votes in the future, because what kind of credibility do you have if you say Lamar Jackson is not a tier 1 quarterback or Josh Allen?
They're the 2 reigning MVPs.
I don't understand. Like, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I would love to hear the reasoning behind why.
How could they not be? Is it just? Are they just going to say playoffs?
I don't know. And with Stafford was basically a split. He had 26 tier 1 votes and 24 tier 2 votes. So he was literally just on the
he's not
precipice.
tier 1. I don't understand how 26 people voted him tier 1 at this point in his career.
So
Yeah.
So did you read the definition and I missed it
Yeah.
of?
yeah, we did it before we got into where Kenny Pickett fell.
Right.
But
Did
yeah,
you read tier 1 and 2?
not the full definitions, but yeah, we read the definitions. Tier 1's a quarterback that can carry his team each week. The team wins because of him. He expertly handles pure passing situations. He has no holes in his game.
Tier 2's quarterback can carry his team sometimes, but not as consistently. How could you put Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson in that?
That's
Just
They
based on that sentence.
That's just ridiculous.
He can handle pure passing situations in doses and or possesses other dimensions that are special enough to elevate him above tier 3. He has a hole or 2 in his game. Please tell me where Lamar Jackson's holes are.
Yeah, but the only thing you can say about Lamar is that he has not been great in the playoffs. That's the only thing you can say about him. I guess that's enough for some people to vote him tier 2. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
but
it is crazy.
That's the only. What else can you say?
That was a crazy thing you just said, Jason. By
What?
the way. Just absolutely crazy.
What
you
did I
just said.
say? What did I? Oh God, what did I say?
What did he say?
What he said.
Well, I listen, because of our new rules, I can't say what I want to say, but that was absolutely absurd of what you just said.
I don't even-
I don't know what he said either.
I will just leave it be.
Holes in Lamar. Oh God. All right.
So tier 2, who's on tier 2? It's a big tier 2, isn't it?
It is a big tier 2. There's two
Baker in tier
graphics.
2. I can't remember. If
There are
he's
2 graphics of tier 2, and this is in the order who received the most votes to the fewest votes in tier 2.
Yeah.
Going Jaden Daniels 6, Justin Herbert 7, Jared Goff 8th, C.J. Stroud and Jalen Hurts tied with the exact same number of breakdown and votes at 9. Continue, Steve. We have one more tier 2 graphic. It was Baker, Dak, Jordan Love, and Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I don't. I think that tier 2 is too big.
Man,
but
I wonder. I bet you Brock Purdy was a lot higher than that last year. I wonder how far he fell.
yeah, I wouldn't.
I can tell you, Jason, if you're actually curious.
I am curious.
In 2024, Brock Purdy had 36 tier 2 votes and 16 tier 3 votes. In 25, it was a 27 for tier 2, 23 for tier 3.
So not that much different, I guess, right? Or
Still tier 2, but slightly lower in tier 2.
all right, I thought he'd be higher last year.
I would. To me, he's a tier 3 quarterback.
Remember the time that Jay Crawford said that he was like,
Didn't he say he was better than Josh Allen?
I think he did.
He did.
Didn't he say like the
He really
third
said
best
that?
quarterback?
He did. Yeah, he did. He did. He said he didn't like Josh Allen's turnover issues and would rather have Brock Purdy.
And yet he loves Baker, who turns the ball over more than anybody.
One of the most asinine takes we've ever had on the show.
That was a record-breaking bad take by Jay.
Like legitimately.
Brock Purdy over Josh Allen. Can you imagine?
He did say that. That was like, what, a year or two ago?
No, not that. Maybe I think it was a year.
There was never a world where Brock Purdy was better than Josh
Never.
Allen. Like,
Better, not even close.
yeah, it never was.
There's
Brock
not a single
Purdy's
person.
good.
There's not a single GM on the planet that would take Brock Purdy over Josh Allen.
No.
Is Josh Allen the number one quarterback taken if everyone was in a fantasy pool right now? Not
Fantasy?
No. But just like
NFL GM pool.
yeah, like
If they were starting the league over from
Yes.
scratch,
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes. It'd be Jaden Daniels or Patrick Mahomes, I feel like.
I don't know if Mahomes is number one anymore.
I feel like Allen's the first pick.
I don't know about that, Mike. I don't know that I agree with you.
Probably take Jaden Daniels.
I think a lot of people would take Joe Burrow number one.
That's a good
I think it's a discussion. I don't think it's a slam dunk, and I have no issue if you
I
wanted
think
to go.
I
Burrow.
think you can make an argument for Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar, and Josh Allen. I think Jaden Daniels got to do it another year before, but he's the youngest.
This is younger, yeah.
So I don't think you're crazy, but if he plays this year, like a lot of those, like C.J. Stroud took a step back a year or two,
Yeah.
and he wasn't as good as he was great as a rookie, but not as great as Jaden.
No, I mean, Jaden
But if
Daniels was the
Jaden
NFC
Daniels does
champion.
not take a step back and does not have a sophomore slump, then I'm right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But right now, I'd put him 5.
Jaden Daniels?
Yeah.
You put him 5 in the league?
I would
Behind the big 4?
Yes. Why? Who would you put ahead of him?
I don't know. Because I was thinking if he has another big year, then he's
Jalen
definitely
Hurts.
number 5.
If I'm starting an NFL team and I have my choice between Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels, I'm 100% taking Jaden Daniels. For me.
That's fair.
I mean, I was going to say, my man Nick Wilson had that terrible take where he said he had Jalen Hurts ahead of Joe Burrow. But that's not as bad as Jay's Brock Purdy ahead of Josh Allen. That's even worse. But so you wouldn't. Who would you take over Jaden Daniels right now?
Maybe nobody.
Oh, so you
I'm looking at the list.
yeah.
I'm looking. Because I felt like
Wait,
it's
let
too
me see
early.
that. Where was he at on the tiers?
go ahead
6.
5 through 10. Let's
He had
see that
Stafford
again.
above Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I would have. I
See,
mean,
but that's
well, but if you're
age.
starting a team over, if you're
Right.
starting a team from scratch,
Right.
Matthew Stafford's old.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it was for just 1 year, I'd still take
It
Jaden
felt
Daniels.
initially it felt high to put Jaden 5th.
Yeah.
But then when I look at the list,
Yeah. Can we see 5 through 10 again, or whatever that was?
Yeah, so start here. 5 was Matt Stafford. So
Right.
6 is Jaden
6
Daniels.
Jaden. Justin
7
Herbert is a little overrated. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's
I like Justin Herbert, but he ain't the 7th best
He
quarterback.
still has to do more. Like, he's still more potential and theoretically as good as he could be. He still needs to do more.
I think Hurts is too low.
I do too. For what
I agree with you. I would have Hurts 6th. I'm sorry, 7th behind Jaden.
I mean,
that's
I think I
fair.
would put Jaden 5, Hurts 6, and Stafford 7, and Herbert
Yes,
8.
I actually agree with that. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I would
Yeah.
have Jaden Daniels 5, Hurts 6, Stafford 7,
Yep.
and then 8 for me.
CJ Stroud. Jared Goff.
I like Jared Goff. and I'll tell you what,
It's a big year for Jared.
Why
without
you got to have Baker in that conversation too. I can't believe I'm saying that, but you got to have him in that conversation. Ultimately, I would put Baker exactly where he is, 11. I think that's where he is. Now, whether that's tier 2 or tier 3,
He lost his OC, right?
to me, yes. To me, I'd have him as the top of tier 3 more than, the bottom of tier 2, but whatever. Doesn't matter. I think Baker's 11. I think that's
Where
appropriate.
is Trevor Lawrence and all of this?
Yeah, that's a good question. Where
They got
is
him in
Trevor
tier 3.
Lawrence?
Is he
Let's
really?
see tier 3, Mike.